In case you haven't heard, Klaviyo has been rolling out a new AI tool in beta, an AI agent that promises to build entire marketing campaigns from your single prompt. Audience, copy, design, segmentation, all of it. I got access to Composer and tested it on a real account. And today I want to give you my honest firsthand take because the reality, I think, is more nuanced than the hype and more useful than the skeptics would have you believe. I'm Laryssa, and for a decade with my agency Joya, I've been helping women-focused product-based e-commerce brands grow with more intention, creativity, and clarity. We ditch the marketing formulas that don't feel like you and build strategies that actually connect. Let's talk about Composer. Klaviyo has been rolling out something called Composer in beta. It's an AI agent that promises to build you entire campaigns. And the promise is impressive. But after testing it myself, I describe it less as an autonomous agent and more as a really well-informed assistant. It knows your account data better than any outside AI tool could. It just still needs you. So I got access on a couple of my client accounts and tested it firsthand. I'll try to be unbiased, even though Composer is acting like it's trying to take my job. But here's what actually happened when I played around with it. So when you open Composer, it functions like a chat-style AI agent, similar to what you would find in ChatGPT or even in Claude. So you converse with it naturally. The first thing I noticed after submitting my instructions was the loading screen in the chat. If you've used Claude before, you'd be really familiar with what that looks like. After you give a prompt to Claude, it basically tells you in real time what it's doing behind the scenes while it's quote unquote thinking. So I prompted Composer with something fairly straightforward, and I intentionally did not put a lot of added context because I kind of just wanted to see what it would come up with and how much more context I'd have to give to come up with something workable. So I basically told it to create a 4th of July weekend sale, and the details are that we'd be offering 25% off a sale section. So after I submitted my prompt, I want to tell you what it looked like it was actually doing, because I think it will tell you a lot about how this thing works and how it quote unquote thinks. So in the progress section, it was doing things like fetching brand context, loading brand visuals, reviewing email history in the Klaviyo account, analyzing audience patterns, analyzing subject line performance, searching the product catalog, and searching account images. And that list went on for a while and seemed pretty thorough. I probably had to wait a solid at least 5 minutes for it to review all of that information. Finally, it came back with a subject line, preview text, and a draft of the email design that populated in the editor so I could edit it directly as if I was building any other email. The subject line that it gave me was 25% off the sale section this week. The preview text was no code needed, shop the sale section, and save 25% off this week. Is that wrong? Nope, it got the details, at least what I told it, exactly right. Would it probably work? I would say, yeah, it does the job. Does it sound like the brand that I was testing with? Not really. It sounds really generic, repetitive, and functional, which I think in general is a fair description of a first draft from any tool that doesn't have any context of your brand voice. Even a person, someone on your team who maybe was newer, wasn't familiar with your brand voice, that's probably close to what they would come up with too. And then in regard to the design draft, Composer pulled pieces from other emails in the account, like image slices, just randomly from different emails. I guess this is smart in theory because it got some of the product imagery down that it was able to pull in from other emails and pull in other relevant sections. But in practice, everything it kind of collage assembled for me didn't really hang together. There was a lot of different styling, it wasn't cohesive. I guess as an email marketer, I was trying to be really positive about it and thought that it could potentially be useful as inspiration when you're short on time, because it did create kind of typical elements that would be in a sale email. So if you want to be sure you're not forgetting certain things to promote the sale aspect that I asked it to, but it was absolutely not something I would send as is. Here's the thing you may not have considered when you're using AI creative tools. The more you workshop the output to get it where you want it, obviously, the more time and effort you have to spend to guide the AI. And at some point, you have to ask yourself whether you're actually saving any time at all. It would be interesting to me to use the Composer tool, maybe more long term, to see if it retains information and learns more about the account, making it easier over time. So, truthfully, I don't have a lot of context for that. I was just doing a one off campaign and this was my experience. But I would love to see how it kind of builds on context and information over time. So, I got a fine first draft from Composer. But getting it to feel really on brand would have taken enough back and forth that I may as well just have written and designed it myself, probably in less time that it would have than it would have taken me to kind of go back and forth with it and keep workshopping. And part of why that workshopping takes so long is because Composer is potentially working with less than you might think. It depends on how mature your email account is. Like if you have years and years of data in there and you've been doing a good job optimizing it up until now and translating your brand voice well up until now, then the AI is going to be set up for success because it's going to use all of that as reference. One limitation I did see is if you design the majority of your emails in a tool like Figma or Canva, where they're imported as image slices, Klaviyo doesn't necessarily have access to the text inside those images. It can't read the images the way it can like plain text. So when Composer tries to learn your brand voice and your whole account is primarily image based, it's going to be working from your website and whatever text lives within Klaviyo about your brand rather than previous emails that you've been sending. So that's a gap, and it's worth knowing that before you expect Composer to just sound like you right out of the box. But before I get into what actually really impressed me about Composer, a quick break to tell you about JoyJoya. We partner with women-focused e-commerce brands to turn their email and SMS channels into true growth engines. Our clients typically see a 30 to 40% lift in revenue within the first 90 days. Visit joyjoya.com to see what we can do for you. So let me tell you what genuinely surprised me, because there was something that I was excited about. That thing that genuinely surprised me about Composer was the send time analysis. I asked it to tell me if we're doing this 4th of July email, when's the best time to send it? And it didn't just come back with the best day and time to send. Instead, it backed it up with real data from actual past campaigns. It gave me numbers like revenue per recipient, open rates, send volume. It referenced it all by date. That's not something you'd necessarily get from ChatGPT or Claude unless you had data that you were sharing with those tools or that was connected to your Klaviyo account. Instead, that's Klaviyo knowing your account without any outside integrations. And to me, that's where this tool was genuinely impressive, because it was giving me information that I thought was like marketing expert level information and not dumbing it down or just giving a more blanket answer, but really defending its reasoning for its recommendation. And I think that distinction is really worth sitting with. The send time recommendation was specific to this account, this audience, the account history. It flagged which sends had enough volume to be statistically meaningful and which ones didn't. And that level of nuance is exactly what you'd want from a tool that natively has access to your actual data. Composer also offered to run a pre-send review before anything went live, auditing campaign settings, audience, timing, and configuration. And that, I think, can be a real value add, especially for smaller brands or founders who don't have someone checking and QAing all of those things manually before every send. In regard to segmentation, Composer auto-populated a few suggestions for included and excluded segments, but it was really based on patterns from previous campaigns, which I guess saved a step because it started auto-populating segments for me. But I would be really careful if I were using this about just going with whatever it suggests, because it seemed to me like it was pattern matching from account history rather than pulling segmentation from a bigger picture strategy, from your goals, or why this send might need a different audience than the last few. So use that as a starting point and don't let it make the final call for you on segmentation. The other thing worth knowing is that Composer is still in private beta testing, at least at the time that I'm recording this video. I did hit some slow processing times. Each time I gave it a refinement request, it took a few minutes to come back. So I ended up just doing other work in the meantime while it was processing. But like I said earlier, it kind of takes a long time just to get one email up and running. Also, errors can happen. Edits may not always land the way you intended them. None of that's a deal breaker for a beta product, but it is worth, if you're trying this, to set expectations if you do get access and want to try it yourself. My honest take on Composer, I think it's most impressive where email marketing is the least creative. For example, the data analysis, the send time recommendations, the segmentation starting point. That's where it can shine. In terms of the copy, the design, the brand voice, I think that definitely still needs a human, at least how it stands now, which actually tells you a lot about how to use it or how I would recommend you use it. So let it handle the data, you handle the creative direction and strategy. And I think that framing is really useful for anyone thinking about how AI is going to affect their email marketing program going forward, at least for now, because the tools are changing so rapidly by the day. They're getting genuinely good at the analytical pattern recognition side of the work. They're not necessarily, at least not yet, replacing the judgment call, the what to say, who to say it to, what this brand actually sounds like. That's all still in your court. Again, at least for now. Composer is worth trying when you get access. Go in with realistic expectations, use the data features, and treat the creative output as a starting point rather than a finished product. The version that exists today is certainly not what this will be in a year. But even now, it's really showing you where Klaviyo and email marketing in general is going, and that's really worth paying attention to. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe for more tips. And if you're serious about scaling your e-commerce brand through email and SMS, head to joyjoya.com to learn more.